It is April 24th and Aubrey Plaza just came out this morning, and most of the YouTube that I watched is just like people, like musicians, like walking through their songs, so I don't know, might help someone somewhere, I don't know. So this song kind of came about in November last year, 2019. I was getting ready to go to a party, and I just started playing this guitar. And yeah, I think that kind of like formed the basis for the song. I just like really liked the chords.
Fuck it, I don't know.
When I just had those two guitars, it just panned left and right, just sounded like this. And then to thicken it up a little bit, the Claro album had just come out, and that song Alewife had like this really cool like chugging kind of acoustic guitar in the chorus, and it sounded a bit like this. And then paired with the normal guitar, it sounds like this. And that chugging guitar is like directly down the middle, so it kind of just like fills up that space that was taken out of the middle. How's it going so far?
It's going very good.
Going very well. It kind of stayed like that for that night, and I woke up the next morning like really fucking hungover, and I was sitting on my computer like going through the sounds, and I kept listening. I was like, I feel like a lot of the time I make beats just a little bit too detailed, and then I kind of just get sucked up in all these weird little intricacies, and then I don't end up finishing the song. But the drums for this are actually quite simple. They're all samples of an acoustic kit. And if you can see, I've just like drawn in each little thing, and I've purposely put them just a little bit off the grid. So then it sounds a bit more interesting. Yeah, and so to kind of glue them all together, I like put them all through like reverb and like delay and compression and stuff together, just so it doesn't sound like a bunch of different samples and it sounds like they're all in the same room. Oh, what will be the next part? I gotta go back to my notes, man. Yeah, usually my favorite part of making a song is like the synth kind of stuff. And there's actually not a whole lot on this song. I think the main part would be these two little bells that play throughout the intro, which I panned left and right. And then I've of course got the little pads and stuff like that. I think like the tricky part about like mixing synths is that, especially analog synths, is that they're usually like really forward in a mix. So a hard part is kind of trying to bury them in and like side chaining them to like the vocals and like the drums and stuff like that, just so they're not like clouding everything up too much. But at the same time, having them there really like kind of fills things out, and like the empty spaces between drums and stuff like that. The first vocals I actually recorded were the chorus vocals, the ones that are pitched up. But originally they weren't pitched up. I just like had like a really fucking rough, just like kind of mumbling, just like. And then I pitched them up using the same plugin that Brockhampton uses. Maybe I could, maybe I might. And then with it. Maybe it's all you make me do. So I recorded and layered them all together, and all together they sound like a nice kind of like choir, which I think is cool. Maybe I could, maybe I might, maybe it's all you make me. Under that, there's actually a vocoder. It's almost like using your voice as like a keyboard instrument. Very quiet, but like I think it kind of thickens things up nicely. The actual vocals, the ones that are normally pitched normally, I didn't record for like a long time. Holy shit! Like I had to record the vocals in like a week. And all together the vocals sound like this, with all the harmonies and stuff together. Do you play the part? That's a big old Billie Eilish kind of ripoff. Yeah, the big inspiration for this song were like kind of like 2005 kind of like Coldplay ballads and like Paramore songs and stuff like that, which I don't fucking ask me why, but like what I noticed is they always had this like really cool like chugging bass guitar that goes throughout them with like a little bit of distortion. So I actually got my brother to play bass on this one. And it's mixed super loud because I don't know, I think it kind of like gives the song like a sense of momentum. Like without it, it would just sound like. And with it.
Help! 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 Help!
Have you done a tutorial on how you made the song?
Yeah. I don't know, there's nothing else to do.
Like an Andrew Huang.
If it turns out, no, not like Andrew Huang.
So Chav.
Chav?
How's this Chav? What the fuck? You know what Chav is? The song kind of peaks with this slide guitar solo, which I've always wanted to fucking do. So the intro before the song starts, on this little piece of equipment over here. So this is a this, I don't know if you can see it, is like a Korg Modular synthesizer. And just makes like really fucking weird sounds. But it sounds really metallic. And I think that's why a lot of people like really don't like it, but it's kind of like what attracted me to it in the first place. Yeah, that's all on that. And then I also added a little bit of piano and pizzicato strings just to rip off the 975 a little bit more. Yeah, I spent a lot of time on this one, man. Like I wanted to make sure like I didn't fuck it up by like mixing it horribly. Maybe I did, I don't know. I really don't actually have like ears for that kind of stuff. What was really important with this one is just like making sure I didn't like overcook it or anything. So yeah, no, I'm really happy it's out. You can stream it on all platforms now. Are you done?
We done?
You're done?
And the rest is history.